Hello and welcome back to my channel once again. For today's recipe, I'm going to walk you through this American classic flaky, tender, pull-apart buttermilk biscuits and this velvety white gravy, all made from scratch of course, and is a great addition to any home menu. Okay, let's dive into it. Okay, so the first thing I'm tackling is the biscuit dough. So grab some cold butter from the fridge and cut it into relatively small cubes, maybe a little bit larger than a small dice. Add the cold diced butter to the all-purpose flour and baking powder that's in a large mixing bowl, and give it a really good blending with a fork, pastry cutter if you have one, or just use your hands like I'm doing to achieve a really beautiful flaky dough. If using your hands, just try to work quickly so you don't warm the butter too much with your own body heat. Once the butter is incorporated into the flour, pour in the cold buttermilk into the mix and gently fold it in until it becomes a solid, yet slightly flaky mass of dough. As a note, this dough is supposed to be pretty sticky or messy, so as a precaution, do not overmix for the sake of a uniform dough. It's not worth hard biscuits for an easy to work with dough. Next, you're going to turn out the dough onto a lightly floured working surface, gently shape the dough and roll it out to about 3/4 of an inch thick and fold it. You're going to do this 2 to 3 times more so you develop those gorgeous flaky layers within the biscuit. If the dough gets a little too soft to work with as you're doing this, cover and refrigerate for about 1 hour for the dough to stiffen up a bit. All right, so now that the dough has set up a bit, I'm gonna roll it out to about 3/4 of an inch thick, and using a 3-inch round ring cutter, press straight down without turning the cutter to make the biscuit shape. If you twist the ring cutter, it will seal the edges of the dough and decrease the leaven or rise in the dough as it bakes, along with allowing the layers to develop incorrectly. Place the cutout rounds of dough onto a cast iron pan. A baking tray will work as well. Then you're gonna brush the tops with a little bit of buttermilk and bake these at 425 degrees Fahrenheit in your oven for 15 to 20 minutes or until they're a light golden brown color. While the biscuits are baking away in the oven, it's gravy making time. So start off by melting some butter in a saucepan that's on low to medium heat. Then you're gonna add in your all-purpose flour to that until it becomes a light paste. Cook for about 1 minute, then you're gonna add in some chicken stock for a nice little savory kick, and then you're gonna whisk in milk and bring the gravy to a light simmer until it has fully thickened up. Take the gravy off the stove, adjust the consistency with a little bit more milk if it's too thick. Then you're gonna season with a generous amount of black pepper, a little sprig of rosemary, and a pinch of salt to taste. All right, now all there is to do is pull those buttermilk biscuits out of the oven, let them cool down for a minute or two, then onto a plate they go. Serve them with some honey butter, fried chicken, or just cover with some white gravy and a little chopped rosemary and black pepper to finish, and done. Buttermilk biscuits and gravy. Hey, what's up guys? Hope you enjoyed my take on these biscuits and gravy. This is pretty traditional with a few tips just to make it right. So I'm gonna dive in, tell you guys how I did, run through the flavors, and go from there. Ooh, these look good. We get a little fresh gravy. Oh, yeah. All right, cheers. Yeah. Man, there is nothing like a good buttermilk biscuit. Buttermilk biscuits have a very unique flavor, a little bit of that tang from the buttermilk, super tender, almost like a bready puff pastry. You wanna think of it like that. So you have all those layers of that cold butter that's like mashed with the flour, so it rises in all those different beautiful layers. You have the crispy top, a super crispy bottom. But boy, oh boy, man, these biscuits are a star player for any bread menu. So hopefully you guys enjoyed my take on buttermilk biscuits with the white gravy. If you guys did enjoy the video, make sure you leave a like, subscribe to my channel if you guys enjoy what I do here. Make sure you leave a comment letting me know what you'd like to see on my channel. The recipe will be down in the description box, so make sure you check that out, along with some equipment links that make sense for this video. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time with another recipe. Later, folks.